What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Beyond the Surface. In this episode, we're exploring the strange yet sacred space between inner transformation and external reflection. You've done the work, you've healed, grown, integrated. So, why does your life still look the same? This episode is for that in between period, the void, the space where you've changed, but your physical world hasn't caught up. Last night, I was sitting outside under the night sky. Just me, the stars, and that kind of quiet that feels sacred. And in that stillness, something clicked. I've changed, and quite a lot. Energetically, emotionally, spiritually. I'm not the same person I was even a few months ago, but when I look around at my life, not much has shifted. It's like the inner transformation happened, but the world hasn't caught up yet. And I realized this is what today's episode needs to be about. What do you do when your inner world has transformed, but your outer reality still looks the same? When the relationships, the work, the external feedback don't yet reflect the person you've become. Today, we're diving into that tender, mysterious, often overlooked space between healing and manifestation, the in between. And more importantly, how to keep showing up, trusting, and grounding while your life rearranges itself around the truth of who you are now. So let's dive into this. Let's start with the basics. The energetic lag, this is a real thing. Transformation doesn't always show up in the outer world right away. And sometimes when that happens, it can be very discouraging. It's almost like there's a gap between who you've become and what your life reflects. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It means you're in the process. It also seems like there's a natural delay between becoming and embodying, especially when we live in a world that celebrates instant results, quick fixes, instant manifestations, constant forward motion. But real transformation, it doesn't always announce itself right away. Sometimes the old life just lingers. External life may still reflect your previous vibration, and that's totally okay. Sometimes it takes time for our physical reality to shift. And as I was touching on, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're doing anything wrong. It just means that things are lining up for us. And it takes time for that to anchor in the physical reality. And we always have to remember that spiritual growth isn't linear, and neither is manifestation, meaning the things that we're bringing in and dreaming up. Think of it like a tuning fork. You've changed your frequency, but the external doesn't always recalibrate immediately. And always keep in mind, just because your life doesn't look different yet, doesn't mean you haven't changed. The key takeaway here is this lag doesn't mean something's wrong. It's just part of the process. So, what is this phase really asking of you? The space between inner shift and outer change isn't just a waiting room. It's a sacred stretch of time that asks, can you stay true to yourself even without external validation? And that's a key question that you may want to ask yourself if you have been feeling like things haven't been progressing and moving forward physically, even though you've done all the inner work and you've been aligning yourself with that future version of yourself that you're wanting to anchor in. Can you keep anchoring into your new identity even when the world hasn't acknowledged it? This phase invites radical self-truth, patience, and integrity. It's almost like a checkpoint or a little test before everything fully comes in. Now, the big takeaways here, you guys, is trust. Can you hold the vision without immediate proof? Patience. Letting life rearrange around the new you takes some time. And integrity. Living aligned, even when no one else sees it yet. This is where you anchor into your inner truth, regardless of what's mirrored back. It's where you build consistency, clarity, and character, where you prove just to yourself that this shift isn't performative. It's who you truly are now. The medicine of this phase is patience, integrity, and trust. as I was touching on, it's sort of a little checkpoint or a test before things truly anchor in and your life physically shifts. How can we stay grounded in the in between? Focus on micro reflections, internal shifts, and small victories. Just remember that small steps are better than no steps. Notice the inner peace that wasn't there before, the clearer no, the softer nervous system. You are shifting, even if it's not flashy. Another key here is support the nervous system. Regulate, root, soften. Don't take external resistance personally. It's often inertia, not rejection. You are not behind, you are in process. A big thing that you can do during this phase, you guys, is supporting your body. As we were mentioning, regulate, stay close to nature, do the things that affirm who you are now, things that feel like home to your soul. Track your growth not by what others reflect back, but how you show up when no one else is watching. You're not behind, you're in the middle of something real. So here's a practical tip for you guys. Track evidence of internal consistency, how you're showing up differently, what you're no longer tolerating, the clarity you've gained. Those are all keys to prove to yourself that all of this is leading to something bigger that just may not have anchored in yet. So when things do begin to shift, here's what I've learned. The external always catches up, sometimes slowly, sometimes all at once. But if you stay aligned, if you keep choosing the truth, you become magnetic to the next version of your life. It might show up as a subtle nudge, a new conversation, a yes where you used to say no. Or one day something clicks and you realize your outer life did shift quietly, naturally, not through force, but through frequency. Keep living in integrity with your inner truth. That's the doorway. Internal alignment always ripples out. It just doesn't follow your timeline. The first shifts are often subtle. They could show up as new opportunities or quiet yeses that once were no's. Stay in integrity now, so when change arrives, you're ready to receive it fully. And I just want to encourage you that it is coming. Maybe not how or when you expected, but it is coming. Let's dive into why this phase is sacred. It's easy to see this phase as empty, as a pause, the stuck, the nothing's happening, but I see it a little differently. This is the chrysalis, the sacred cocoon, the refining fire. You are becoming quietly, powerfully, and the world is watching, even if it doesn't say so yet. This phase isn't punishment, it's preparation. You're building trust, stamina, and devotion. Let yourself feel the doubt, the frustration, let it move through you, and then come back to your center. You're being prepared. So don't feel like if you are feeling as if you're being tested, that something's wrong. This moment builds spiritual stamina and trust. It's also a refining fire, burning away what's no longer true, sharpening your vision, and really aligning your energy with that future version of yourself that you've already worked so hard internally to shift into. This in between is a rite of passage, so always keep that in mind. Here's your permission slip, you guys. You're allowed to feel frustrated, tired, or even doubtful, and still trust what's coming. So, what's coming next? Once things start shifting externally, a deeper question tends to arise. Now that you've done the work, what do you want? Desire starts to come back online, real, grounded, embodied longing, not from a place of lack, but from clarity. And that's where we're headed next. An episode all about reclaiming desire, spiritually, sensually, and creatively. Once the dust settles, desire often reawakens. It comes from wholeness, not deficiency. In closing, You've done the inner work. Now it's time to hold the vision while the world catches up. This phase isn't empty, it's full of becoming. So remember, hold steady and keep choosing truth. Your life is catching up. Let's continue this conversation, you guys, in the comments below. Where in your life are you waiting for the world to reflect who you've become? Let's talk about it. Thank you guys so much for being here and for being brave enough to walk through the in-between. And always remember, the truth lives beyond the surface. Keep listening, keep feeling, keep going. Until next time.